Well, hello there, beautiful people. It's Trina. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi. I'm a frag and bag hag, and on this channel I talk about, unsurprisingly, fragrances and bags. Do subscribe if that floats your boat. Those of you who are already following me know that despite my love for the two aforementioned goodies, I'm really not so much into clothing and fashion per se. Well, I certainly appreciate fashion, but it's not something I can readily access as a larger Western lady living in Japan, where adult clothing sizes more resemble something I could fit into when I was around 8 or 9 years old. I kid you not. So I stick to the basics and instead enjoy spending my very hard-earned money on bags and frags. Though I am a discount queen, baby, secondhand, all the way. When it comes to bags, I do take note of fashion trends, but I rarely stray from classic shapes and styles or expensive splurges because trends do get dated so quickly. Well, fads do especially. And actually, that's not even the reason that I stay away from trends, because ultimately I don't really care about being trendy or conversely dated. I think that's the beautiful thing about being older. I think we ladies of a certain age, and men, tend to give fewer bleeps about what others think. It's liberating. That is all to say that I freaking love the current trend for metallics, which is being applied to fashion accessories, and I'm going to ride that baby, trendy or not, because in fact, I got these now very shabby because they're bloody old loafers from J. Crew, and I have had my beloved Fit Flops, if you know that brand, in several metallic colors over the years as well. And then there's this here, this Boston bag from Gianni Chiarini, or Chiarini rather. I suppose some form of metallics has always been around in my wardrobe and in the fashion scene in general, I guess, because metallics are kind of like, they're a neutral color, if you will. They kind of go with everything. They brighten up your wardrobe. They're like an option, an alternative to brown or gray or black. So they're great that way, and they do go with everything. You can even mix your metal accessories, I suppose, if you want, although that's not something I tend to do. Very recently, I purchased these silver loafers from COS after my friend introduced me to the brand in Seoul. And now, of course, I need a bag to match. Or I think I need a bag to match, you know? So I started searching on the net, and here's what I found. Well, I'm not going to share with you every single great thing I discovered, because the first thing I concluded was that I don't want to buy an expensive silver bag, meaning specifically a designer leather bag. Metallic finishes on leather do not fare well with usage. The surface wears off through rubbing and contact with yourself and other bits and bobs, and it looks shabby really quickly, regardless of the brand, actually. So much as I was thinking about this lovely little Alafi piece from Gianni Chiarini, a quality brand from Florence, Italy, which is very popular here in Japan, I decided against it somewhat quickly. Bye-bye, Alafi. I next looked back to COS because they have some interesting pieces overall. On the Korean website, COS was selling its popular micro quilted bag in limited edition silver. I looked into it back in Japan, but the Japanese limited edition version was a little blue one in turquoise leather. Cute, definitely riding the Bottega influence, but the micro versions of the COS quilted bag are currently no longer available on the retail site here in Japan. But they're so popular that some people are selling them for 2 to 3 times the retail price on second-hand markets. Most of them are just, made of fabric. It's not worth a few $100s. Probably costs less than 500 yen to put together, actually. Then again, you could say that the markup is pretty steep on most bags. I also checked out similar styles to COS's design on Amazon and found plenty, and cheap as chips. But my suspicion is that they'll look and feel cheap as well. And then I remembered JW Pay, that affordable vegan brand I discovered, a couple of years back now. I bought and reviewed a bag from them on this channel. Overall, I was impressed considering they're not leather. I didn't keep the one I reviewed in the end though. It was more for bag strap issues and the size and not quality issues. Anyway, I went to the site and bam, they are riding the silver metallic trend hard. It seems they have a silver edition of almost all of their models. Not all of which are up my tree though. This Joy bag seems to be influenced by both Dior and Prada, and I don't like these 1990s little tuck under the arm shoulder numbers. Pass. The Tessa model here is even worse. Trailer trash Balenciaga vibes. And the Tina has that dip in the middle again, but I don't like it. And the sequence on this Julia bag is just not practical. I hear sequence is not just for nights out anymore. Try pulling that off in a couple of years' time. And you should be able to wear your bags and feel fashionable for a few years at a time. No? They remind me intensely of the 80s. That's a time I would much prefer to not be taken back to. I remember, you know, I lived in it. Acid wash jeans, bad perms, and I had one, plastic oversized earrings, postmodern print patterns, Gloria Vanderbilt, just no. No, bad taste. Bad taste. Taste is personal though. If you like that 80s vibe, you go for it. Next we have the Jana, and I guess this is not terrible, but I don't like the little ring on the side of it, and it's just a little too busy for my tastes. So now we get into the contenders from JW Pay that I am more seriously considering. First is the Gabby bag, which is a model that's been popular for a few years now, and this one retails for just over 17,000 yen. This is a very narrow bag that I don't think ultimately will hold much. It's very modern and trendy, but I don't know if I'm a fan of the ruching on the handle. It won't easily fit into larger totes as the handle, you know, takes up the same dimensions as the bag and it's stationary. Don't think you can fold it. So ultimately it can only be worn handheld as well, and maybe at the crook of your elbow. So I guess it's a pass. Next is the Maze bag, retailing for 24,000 yen, which is pricey for a vegan bag, I feel actually. I think all of these are overpriced, to be honest, but I have had a bag from this company before, as I mentioned, and definitely compared to other mainstream pleather type brands, I feel the quality is not bad at all. This particular Maze bag shows the model's second iteration. It has a lot of vertical stripes on each of the woven pieces of fabric. It's probably pretty obvious to all of you that this is strongly imitating the cassette bag from Bottega Veneta. I like this design and the size, but there are lots of minuses to it. First, the strap is not going to make it possible for me to wear the bag more than one way, which is over one shoulder and not crossbody. Unless I lengthen the strap somehow. I don't see how I'm going to do that. And I also don't like the way the strap is constructed. It kind of slides through the top, through a couple of D-ring type things underneath the flap. And this is similar to some styles of bags from Hermes that I also don't like. Not for me. Also, the bag has two magnets on each of the corners to close it. So if you overstuff the bag just a little, it's unlikely going to stay closed, I feel. So this will limit how much I can fit in the bag without worrying about security. Not perfect then. Next we have the Abacus bag, retailing at 15,000 yen. This is a light-hearted and fun-loving, very modern design, but ultimately I know myself, and I very much doubt I will get a lot of use out of this bag. That's because it's almost too modern, too space-age, too attention-grabbing to wear on a regular basis, and will probably fall out of style within a couple of years. Like the Gabby, it's also bulky enough not to fit into my bigger totes, and I apologize that my prices are in yen, but you know, I got lazy. Next time, the slides are already done. And now we get to the top three that are currently on offer. The Orla bag, which retails for 16,000 yen, and you can see right away again that Bottega Veneta is the object of admiration for JW Pay. They've made their own version of, I guess, essentially a Jody bag, or I should say a sardine bag, the one with the metal fish handle. I rather like that one, and Bottega does sell it with a strap, at least for some sizes, I believe. I think this JW Pay version looks great, and I could probably pack a crossbody strap into it, I think. It looks easy to carry and probably fits more easily than the Abacus bag into a larger tote. I expect the downsides will be, one, the difficulty in getting in and out of the bag. I know that many owners of the Jody bag have complained about getting in and out very easily. And then number two, the amount of stuff you can fit in. It's more of a special occasion or nighttime bag, I think. I can't see me going many places with only this bag. And I've promised myself to buy no more bags that are too small. Second in the top 3 is this Carley bag, a great daytime choice that looks like it can fit a lot more. It's very modern looking too. And just a few videos ago, I reviewed what I still believe to be a fake Songmont bag from eBay. I've already sold that sucker online, and despite being transparent about its authenticity, I thankfully did recoup the cost of it. I ended up selling that because it didn't hold enough and it was difficult to get in and out of despite the unique design. I hope the person that bought it is happy with it. Anyway, the Carley bag is similar but much bigger. At least it would appear much bigger. And I like it a lot in silver. It does come in a croc effect, black and brown, I believe, as well. I also think I just might be able to finagle it into a crossbody bag, as I did with the Songmont, if you recall. Check out that video if you don't know what I mean, up here rather, or up here somewhere. Maybe I'll link it down below as well. Anyway, I really do like this Carley bag, and it's the cheapest of the lot. Should I get it? Finally on the list is a bag I know is going to work for me perfectly, and that's this Freya bag for 16,000 yen. It comes with a strap, I think, but I can easily attach a longer and more delicate silver chain strap to this bag. The same one that I'm currently using for this Portland leather mini tote, and I love this bag. Currently this one I've attached more permanent bag, black bag strap to it, but I do have a chain that I revealed in that video as well. Links below. Next I have this Stod mini tote, which is a little weird because of the thick handles, very juicy. It's very boxy too, very, very unsupple, shall we say. And I love this. And I also have this Louis Vuitton vintage Reed mini tote, which I tried to refurbish, but botched up quite a bit. I'll show some close-ups of that. I use this more for a decor, if I'm honest. Anyway, I do like the J.W. Pei interpretation of a mini tote, especially in silver. And by the way, the slides I've been showing you probably do a poor job of conveying the relative sizes. The Carley bag looks to be the biggest in terms of volume capacity though. So which one would you get were you me, or would you get any? You know, the fact is that I have plenty of beautiful bags with bright silver metal trim, so it's not like I can't do without a silver bag. It's just a pure want for me. It would also mean I would have to let go of a bag that I already have in my collection because I promised myself to do the one in, one out method. And this bag here, for example, this one doesn't count because this is already up there for sale and it should be out of my collection. Although looking at it now, I don't really want to get rid of it, but there's only so many bags you can have. It's not like I'm one of those types of people that's going to have, you know, 365 bags. No, 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 no. A second question for you is, what do you think about the metallics trend? Are any of you already embracing it with your accessories or clothing? Or are you giving it a pass? Let me know in the comments below, and I look forward to reading them and responding. And I hope to see you in the next video. Saint Gourmand, signing off. Bye-bye.